When we think of the media during the 20th century, people will probably get their information through the mass media, including things like newspaper, radio, television, and theaters. However, people nowadays might also have new perspectives about gender identities that would be different than traditional media. For this presentation, I will be discovering the gender representation and stereotypes in Australian films as my main topic. The Australian film industry was started during the period of New Wave in 1970. Some films highlight the concept of gender sexuality and the dangers of masculinity at first, like Picnic at Hanging Rock that features 4 female boarding students, but they disappeared while visiting the outcrop. With its concept of ecofeminism, it signifies that women are spiritual and sensual in terms of natural environments. Gallipoli features 2 Australian soldiers who have been poorly treated by the British military leaders based on their underprivileged class, but also sacrifice each other with their national identities, mateships, and their confrontation against authority during their journey of manhood. Another film, Wake in Fright, also reveals the dark side of masculinity that is unpleasant, violent, and erotic, as well as questioning Australian mateship and sexuality between masculinity and femininity. The original concept of masculinity and the stereotypes of bushmen, ogres, mates, and battlers have become dominant and repetitive in many Australian films. For example, Jim from The Man from Snowy River, the main protagonist who is physically fit and familiar with horse taming during his journey, Michael from Crocodile Dundee, who is determined to deal with the outsiders and fearless to the wildlife and outback in Australia, as well as the modern society in New York, United States. In addition, Aiken and Soon also suggest that most of the female characters are only featured for supporting male characters. Even though there were other films that challenged those concepts and shifted onto gender sexuality and the ideas of LGBT culture. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, had challenged stereotypical Australian figures while 3 drag queens were performing. And Some of Us also presents a gay romance story from a working class family in a domestic setting. Apart from films, TV programs and drama series have also become the alternative sources for offering cultural diversity, such as Janice King, Love Child, A Place to Call Home, and Dance Academy for influencing local cultures and sparking creativity. Nonetheless, according to Screen Australia, women are still underrepresented and biased in the screen industry due to their low percentage of key creative roles and positions, including producers, directors, and writers. But both men and women are still crucial to the future of media content to support the diversity in our society and, of course, build closer relationships among the Australians.